Hey ladies, Dr. Wendy Dearborn here with another natural hair strands tutorial. For those on the journey, there are some basic things that you are going to need. Basic things, and I'm talking equipment that you're going to need that will make your life easier. So I'm going to actually start out with combs. Hopefully all of those are coming in. And I'll put that one in there. Okay, combs. All right, ladies. You are going to need an array of combs. You are only as good as the tools you use and the quality of the tools. So your hair will definitely reflect the kind of tools that you use. Believe me on that score. Okay, so you're going to need a wide tooth comb. Some people use this as a wide tooth comb. While the teeth are wide. That really doesn't do to distribute conditioner and really detangle your hair. The actual space between the teeth on this is too wide. Okay, now it might work, but it won't work as well as this. Okay, so you're going to need a wide tooth comb. This actually is a styling comb, to be honest with you. You're going to need a wide tooth comb. You're also going to need a long tail, also known as a rat tail comb. Now, your rat tail comb will actually be used to assist and support you in sectioning your hair and to really make sure that the product is truly distributed from the root to the scalp. Okay, your fine tooth comb. It will also ensure that your hair is detangled to the best of its ability. This also is a rat tail comb. The teeth are a little wider. And I actually prefer to use the metal myself. It's got a rounded point on the end. Can you see that, ladies? It's got a rounded point on the end. And I prefer to use this. It gives me nice, clean sections. The bigger teeth, I sometimes use when I'm doing my wash and go. And I'm not just going to, because sometimes I'll use my fingers just to rake the product through with my wash and go. And other times I'll use this so that I feel that I've got more distribution and the curl pattern is a little bit different. It's a little tighter. Okay. Everybody needs a pick. Pow! Wait, sorry. Let me do that. Hey, from back in the day. Power! Right? Everybody needs a pick. Okay, ladies, everybody needs a pick. I prefer to use a plastic one versus a metal one, but everybody needs a pick because, ladies, with natural hair, what you do is you're going to lift from the root. You don't pull all the way through. If you pull all the way through, one, you're going to take all your curls out, and two, if you've got gel and stuff in your hair, you'll damage your hair. You'll break your hair. So with your pick, you go in and lift. Okay? And that's what your pick's for, to go in and lift. And to actually, it's a styling aid. That's one of your styling implements, your pick. Now, I also have this type of pick. All right. This is a styling comb. We would use this to back comb the hair and all of that when I was hairdressing. I use this because sometimes this is a little too big to go in and do some of the finer work. Like I might just need to hit it here. But to go in here, I've got to get an angle where it's right. So it's disrupted down here. But when you have a smaller pick like this, you can go in and place where you want your hair. Okay, ladies? So I suggest that everybody have one of these. You can get them that are plastic and they might have 2 or 3 prongs, something like that to assist and support you. You need something smaller. I also here have I think it's a generic Denman brush. Some people will use this. I have never, ever, when I was hairdressing, okay, ladies, I dress people by the head of hair sitting in front of me. Whether you were a blonde-haired sister and blue-eyed, whether you were brown hair and straight or wavy hair, whether you were an ebony queen with kinky curly hair, it didn't matter to me. It was the head of hair sitting in front of me. And many people would use a Denman brush in their hair. Actually, you can see my hair in that. I should clean this out. Many people would use a Denman brush in their wet hair. Ladies, I do not suggest that. I have always believed that when you use a brush in wet hair, it can tear your hair, especially if you're going to use it to detangle. You start your detangling process with your detangling comb, which is what that is. We people call it an Afro comb, but you'd start it with a detangling comb. This is what it is, okay? I know some people will use this to get their curls and their coils. They'll use that. That's fine. The hair's detangled. But to use this to detangle your hair, I think can actually be very damaging to the hair. So you can use this to style your hair because, of course, when you, some of the styles that you do in your hair, you can blow dry them, etc., etc. And once it's blow dried, you can use this through your hair, you know, that sort of thing. But some people use a Denman brush. This is a nail brush, you know, manicure nail brush. You can get this at any supply house and or I think Walmart or anything like that. It is a plastic nail brush. Ladies, clean your combs and brushes. Clean your combs and brushes. Do not let product build up in your combs and brushes, okay? Product buildup can lead to bacteria. Bacteria can lead to problems with your scalp. Ladies, clean it. Little soap and water, clean it. That's what that's used for, okay? Right, and it's used to clean everything. Your clips too. I use this on everything. You're also going to need some clips and some clamps. Oops, lost one. You have your duckbill. These are duckbill clips, you know, quack, quack, which I think is where it got the name from. You've got metal, you have plastic, whatever works for you. You also have clamps. You've got clamps, different sizes, colors. You've got clamps. These are smaller ones. And you have clamps. You are going to need these for when you section your hair. You see, it's important that you section your hair so you have control over your hair when you are styling your hair. If you don't have control over your hair, you're not going to be able to achieve the design that you want. And the more hair that you have, natural, the more you're going to need control. And that's whether you section it off in 4, you can braid it, you can do whatever you need to do, but your hair's going to need to be sectioned. These clamps, duckbill and these clamps will assist and support you in doing that. Okay, so you got that. You're going to need a bowl. And I say you're going to need a bowl because you may choose to make your own blend of conditioners and oils that you want to use on your hair. So you're gonna need a bowl and have a bowl handy. You're also gonna need some, and I don't have some here, some empty jars, so that should you choose to make your own custard, which is so easy, should you choose, and that's the only thing that I repurpose. Well, that's the only thing that I would suggest that you repurpose. Everything else I'm going to show you how to make. Gel is a little bit more difficult to make. A gel, like making a gel, say making your own Eco Styler gel from scratch, you know, the water, the carbomer, it's a little bit more difficult. So the only thing that I would suggest that you repurpose to make is your own custard. And you're going to need a bowl, and you can make a little bit at a time, or you can make some in a bigger jar. And I'm all about, ladies, again, I did research and development. I had product lines. I am all about the preservative. Don't play no games, yo. I'm telling you, don't play no games with that stuff. That stuff will mess you up. And when I say that stuff, bacteria, that staphylococci bacteria, that'll mess you up. That'll jack you up. So when you're mixing stuff, this is why you need to keep it in the fridge. And because I'm kind of lazy, I don't always like going downstairs to the fridge to get the stuff to do my hair. So I choose, even in the fridge, I'm not going to lie, even in the fridge, I actually, anything that I make, even if I repurpose, and what I mean by repurposing, and we're going to go through videos with this, is when I mix a store-bought product with another product to get something that I want, like making your own custard, making your own butter, making your own whipped this for your hair or what have you. I believe that you should preserve. I've got off on track and I promised I wasn't going to do that. That's all for another day. So you're going to need a bowl. You're also going to need a spray bottle, and a good spray bottle at that. See, the spray bottle that I have, can you see the mist that comes out of that, ladies? Ladies, can you see the mist that comes out of that? I don't even know if that's coming on camera. I have one. It gives a fine mist, but it gives a good mist. And I can't spray it over here because my computer's over there. And water and your computer do not go well. But this is actually one of those eco-friendly ones. It doesn't have a propellant in it. And it really gives a beautiful, fine mist. And I love it. So you need a decent spray bottle. And I would suggest that you purchase your spray bottle from a beauty supply house. Excuse me, from a beauty supply house. As your hair grows or not, depending on what you want your hair to look like, I would also invest in some hair grips, hair slides, hair grips, hair slides, and also hairpins. Can you see that, ladies? Have you got those two? Hair grips, hair slides, and hairpins. And I would have those handy because, like I said to you, ladies, my hair has really grown out, and the sides, I don't like the sides hanging down like that. So for me, I pin the sides back, okay, because it's got really long. And if I don't pin it back, what I'm going to wind up doing is just whacking it all off. I'm going to cut it all off, and I'm really trying to see how long I can grow it. So you'll need, again, some hair grips or hair slides and hairpins, okay. And you can get different colors or lighter colors, lighter brown. You can get black, darker brown. Well, at least they used to. You should be able to get those. So you should have those on hand. Okay, ladies? Now, you are also going to need different things to sleep in. I don't sleep in perm rods. I don't sleep in rollers. None of that stuff. Miss Wendy needs her sleep. Okay, Miss Wendy needs her sleep. She needs her beauty sleep. And I can't sleep like that. So depending on what I have going on, I'll use this and I'll wrap this around my head. And I'll throw a bonnet on. So you need to work out for yourself what is to work for you. But you're going to need something to sleep in. Okay, you're going to need something to sleep in. And that's vitally important, even if you use a scarf. And the bigger your hair gets, the longer your hair gets, is the bigger your bonnet is going to be. And there are some websites out there. There are some sisters who are doing some lovely things. They make some lovely silk bonnets to accommodate them sisters whose tresses, natural tresses, are in their back. It's growing into their back, and when they do a double strand twist or when they put it on perm rods, it's like this, pow. And I don't know how them sisters sleep in it. I tell you what, they have much love from Dr. Wendy because I cannot sleep in them. I get up and I'm in one of them bad moods. You know, how's that record? It went it's just something about a day that a girl goes through when she's angry inside. That's me. That's me. I'll take it out on you. So anyway, as your hair grows, ladies, and we're going to talk about product, but in regards to things that you may need to help style your hair, here I have some perm rods. You can also use rollers, tension rollers. And if I thought about that, I would have brought some of them in here. But you can also use perm rods to style your hair. And these are the perm rods that I use to style my hair at this moment in time. I use pink, I use grey, white. Let's do this properly. I use pink, grey, white, and purple. All right, ladies, these are the rods that I use to style my hair. Okay, so you may want to invest in those and to start your process. You can also use the flexi rods. You can also use the flexi rods, and all of these I'm going to show you how to use them, you know, how to use them, what they do. But you can also use flexi rods even if your hair's short. A lot of people are under the impression that you can't use this stuff if your hair's short. You can use straws in your hair to do a straw set. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with your hair being natural. One of the biggest things, though, is the products that you use. The other thing that you do and may need is a hooded dryer. And, you know, I prefer, well, I have several, but a hard top hood dryer, this works really well. You may also want to purchase a soft bonnet dryer. However, the bigger your hair, or the longer your hair goes, and I keep saying the bigger, but the longer your hair grows, and if you do things like put in perm rods, or if you put in perm rods, okay, the hard perm rods, which is this one with the little end on it, or the flexi rods, getting your head sometimes underneath both the hooded dryer and the soft bonnet dryer can be a problem. It can really, really be a problem because it gets really big. If you've explored the internet and looked at some of them sisters out there doing some wonderful things, you know, natural, doing some wonderful things, you'll see what I'm talking about. So you're going to need to make sure that whatever you buy is going to be able to assist and support you with the vision that you have for your hair, the long-term vision that you have for your hair. You're also going to need a blow dryer with a diffuser. Okay, regular blow dryer with a diffuser. One of the things is it's really important to purchase a decent blow dryer that actually kicks out some serious heat. And when you blow dry your hair, let me just go through it this way. When you blow dry your hair, even when you're sitting under the dryer, whether it be one of the hard top dryers or whether it be a soft top dryer, when you're sitting under the dryer, this is how this works. In order for it to lock and seal your curl in, you go from hot, which hot allows the hair to be manipulated. Then you take the heat down to medium. Medium allows it to recognize that it can take mold. It can mold itself. And when you finish up on cool or cold, and babies, that seals the deal. So you go from hot to medium to cold. You know, I hear a lot of women out there talking about, oh no, just go from medium to cool. The heat will allow your hair to be malleable. You'll be allowed to, it helps it to mold. The medium says to your hair, you can take the form of whatever it is, whether you're putting your hair on a perm rod, or you've coiled your hair, or whatever you're doing. It says that you can take that shape, and the cold will seal it, and it will allow that cuticle to lie down. So here we have a diffuser. Now, if you live somewhere and you don't want, to go out with your hair wet, and for those of you who are on your journey, you may put stuff in your hair and like, oh my God, what is all this white stuff? I cannot go out like that. This stuff will never go away. Well, it does. As your hair dries, it dissipates, and it helps with the shine. It helps hold your hair in place, the whole 9 yards. So you may feel that you don't want to go out, or whatever the function is, you use a diffuser, and your diffuser is universal. Okay. Looks like that diffuser, and it fits on the end of your blow dryer, and make sure it clicks in place. All right. Make sure it clicks in place. And what you do is you put your blow dryer on, and you just rest your hair on it, or you bring it up to your head. Do not smash it onto your head like this, because if you smash it onto your head like this, that's how your hair is going to dry. It's going to dry smashed up. But what this does is it diffuses the air that comes out of the blow dryer, so it doesn't disturb your curl, but yet still it will give you the heat and the coolness that you need to make your curl form and to hold it in place. So you're going to need a diffuser. If you are going to flat iron your hair, it's really important to invest in a really good flat iron. Okay, ladies? And we're going to talk about that also, because I'm going to talk about the different things that you can use to protect your hair from heat. And I'm just going to phrase it this way. Oil and heat burn. I don't care what anybody tells you. Oil and heat burn. The name of the game is, how much burn do you want? You see, because burn can damage the hair. And I'm all for, I'll blow dry my hair straight and I'll flat iron it. I'm a silicone girl. A lot of people say, oh, I don't use silicone in my hair. And hey, all to the power. If that's something that you don't use in your hair, that's fine. And I definitely know that blow drying your hair with oil, for me, is worse than using silicone. But that's my personal opinion. That's Dr. Wendy's personal opinion. So ladies, I hope this has been helpful to you. Please like and subscribe. Check out what else I have on my YouTube channel. Check out, pull up your big girl panties. Don't you get them twisted. And check out what else I have on my YouTube channel. The next segments that I'm going to bring to you is going to be about conditioners. I'm going to talk about shampoos and conditioners. I'm going to talk about water, as I said, essential oils. I'm going to talk about actual oils, you know, almond oil, jojoba oil, peach. I love peach oil. Whew, ladies, I love me some peach oil. I'm going to talk about all these different oils, avocado oil, and things that you can do for you. I'm going to teach you, should you be interested, in how to make your own salon grade shampoo, conditioners, butters, and a little bit of repurposed, custards. But outside of that, ladies, I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Dr. Wendy Dearborn. Until next time.